with Fatul Hasina from E-Class. And now in this phonology final project, I will give a comment about a video in YouTube that talks about coronavirus or COVID-19. But before I give a comment, I will play the video from the YouTube, maybe around a minute, and then I will give a comment about the phonological rules of the video. Okay, let's go.
Coronaviruses are a family of viruses that cause sicknesses like the common cold, as well as more severe diseases such as Middle East Respiratory Syndrome or Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome. A novel coronavirus is a new strain, one that has not previously been recognized in humans. Coronaviruses cause diseases in mammals and birds. A zoonotic virus is one that is transmitted between animals and people. When a virus circulating in animal populations infects people, this is termed a spillover event. It is speculated that the 2019 novel coronavirus, or COVID-19, originated in bats and was transmitted to humans, possibly with pangolins as an intermediate host. Unfortunately, COVID-19 is now spreading from human to human as well. COVID-19 has surpassed the SARS death toll in a matter of weeks. Even though the death rate is much lower, it spreads faster. Early data suggests that in around 82% of cases, symptoms are relatively mild. The illness begins and ends in the lungs.
That is the video about coronavirus from YouTube. And now I will give a comment about phonological rules on that video. In these phonological rules, there are like dissimilation, insertion, assimilation, deletion, and similitude. And now I will tell you where is the assimilation, where is the deletion, where is the insertion, and etc. Okay, we begin from the similitude. The similitude C here in this video is so many because similitude of C alphabet is the most common. We can find it in many words like cupboard, not cupboard, but we say it cupboard. And then in this video there are many of similitude C. Okay, I will tell you where is the similitude C. The first is coronaviruses. In this video, that is word coronaviruses. This is similitude C. C become K. Coronaviruses. And then COVID. COVID. The third is cows. Cows. And then common. Common. Then cold. Cold. Next, acute. Acute. Acute, not acute, but we pronounce it acute. And then recognized. Recognized. Next, zoonotic. Zoonotic. Next, circulating. Next, infects. Next, speculative. Okay everyone, those are similitude of alphabet C from this video in the first second up to a minute. But before another similitude C, there are another phonological rules except similitude C. There is deletion E in the word family. We cannot say family or family, but we only say family. And then there is assimilation S in as well as. Here S becomes Z. Becomes Z. Us, not us. And then there are another assimilation S in diseases. Diseases, not diseases, but diseases. Next, there is a dilation E in unfortunately. We cannot say unfortunately, but we say unfortunately. And then there is assimilation th in death toll. We cannot say death toll, but th here is blended with t in toll. So we only say death toll.
However, the remainder of cases are severe or critical, typically in older or immunocompromised individuals. How does COVID-19 affect the body? The virus is fitted with protein spikes sticking out of the envelope that forms the surface and houses a core of genetic material. Any virus that enters your body looks for cells with compatible receptors, ones that allow it to invade the cell. Once they find the right cell, they enter and use the cell's replication machinery to create copies of themselves. It is likely that COVID-19 uses the same receptor as SARS, found in both lungs and small intestines. It is thought that COVID-19 shares many similarities with SARS, which has 3 phases of attack: viral replication, hyperreactivity of the immune system, and finally pulmonary destruction. Early on in infection, the coronavirus invades 2 types of cells in the lungs: mucus and cilia cells. Mucus keeps your lungs from drying out and protects them from pathogens.
That is the video, the second minute video of the coronavirus. And now I will give a comment about phonological rules in the second minute of this video. Okay, the first I found simulated C in cases, and then there is another simulated C in critical. Next, there is another simulated C again in typically. But in typically, not only there is similitude, but also there is dilation L. The speaker not say typically, but the speaker say typically. The L only one, typically. Next, there is a simulated C in immunocompromised. Immunocompromised. Next, there is simulated C again in a fake. Another similitude here, there is also dilation T. Dilation T in a fake. We cannot say a fake, but we only say a fake. Next, there is dilation E in protein. The speaker not say protein, but the speaker only say protein. Next, there is simulated C in core. Core. Next, there is a similitude C again in genetic. Genetic. Next, there is similitude C again in compatible. Compatible. Next, there is similitude C again in receptors. Receptors. Next, another similitude C in create. Create. Next, another similitude C in copies. Copies. Next, there is dilation E in intestines. The spelling is intestinous, but the speaker say intestines. Intestines without E in the last. Next, another similitude C in replications. Replications. And here in replications word, there is assimilation T because T here followed by ion. So T here not we cannot say replications, but we say replications. T becomes sh. Replications. Next, another similitude C in reactivity. Reactivity. Next, another similitude C in destruction. Destruction. Okay, that is the comment about phonological rules in the second minute of this video on the coronavirus video. And now I will play again the third minute of video of coronavirus. So check it out.
Cilia cells are the preferred hosts of SARS-CoV and are likely the preferred hosts of the new coronavirus. When these cells die, they slough off into your airways, filling them with debris and fluid. Symptoms include a fever, cough, and breathing difficulties. Many of those infected get pneumonia in both their lungs. Enter the immune system. Immune cells recognize the virus and flood into the lungs. The lung tissue becomes inflamed. During normal immune function, the inflammatory process is highly regulated and is confined to infected areas. However, sometimes the immune system overreacts, and this results in damage to healthy tissue. More cells die and slough off into the lungs, further clogging them and worsening the pneumonia. As damage to the lungs increases, stage 3 begins, potentially resulting in respiratory.
I found similitude C in clearing. Clearing. Next, there is dilation S in debris. Actually, the spelling is D E B. I mean D E B R I N S. But the speaker delete S here and only say debris, not debris. Next, there is similitude C in including. Including. Next, there is assimilation K in slow. 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 Next, there is assimilation K also in cough. Cough. Next, there is similitude C in difficulties. Difficulties. Next, there is similitude C in infected. Next, there is dilation H in highly. Actually, the spelling that is H in the middle of highly, but we only say highly. The H in the middle of the word is deleted. Next, there is dilation P in or dilation P in pneumonia. Pneumonia. Actually, there is P in the first alphabet of the word. That is P, but P here is deleted. So we only say pneumonia. And also here there is dilation E because the speaker only say pneumonia. E in the before M and after N. Actually the writing or the spelling is P and E, but E in after N here is deleted. So we only say pneumonia. Okay, that's our my comment about the third first minute. I mean the third minute of the video. And now I will play again the fourth minute of the video. Check it out. Next, there is dilation K in even though. We cannot say even though, but we only say even though without K. And then There is dilation, dilation per in symptoms. Even though there is per in the middle of the word, but we delete per here. We only say symptoms. Okay, this is only for a minute first in this video, and then I will play again the second minute of this video. Let's go check it out.
Can incur permanent lung damage or even die. We see the same lesions in the lungs of those infected by the novel coronavirus as those with SARS. SARS creates holes in the lungs, so they look honeycomb-like. This is probably due to the aforementioned overreactive immune response, which affects both healthy and infected tissue, and creates scars that stiffen the lungs. As such, some patients may require ventilators to aid breathing. The inflammation also results in more permeable alveoli. Alveoli are the location of the thin interface of gas exchange, where your lungs replace carbon dioxide in your blood with fresh oxygen you just inhaled. Increased permeability causes fluid to leak into the lungs. This decreases the lung's ability to oxygenate blood, and in severe cases, floods them so that you become unable to breathe. Sometimes, this can be fatal. The immune system's overreaction can also cause another kind of damage.
Okay, everyone, and now I will give a comment about the fourth minute video of coronavirus video. In honeycomb, there is another deletion B, because after honeycomb there is like, there is word like, honeycomb like. So the B in honeycomb is deleted. Next, there is assimilation D in Jew. We cannot say do, but we say Jew. Next, deletion E in aforementioned. Aforementioned. Next, there is simulated C in scars. Next, there is assimilation T and deletion T in patients. Okay, everyone, that is the video, the third video of the coronavirus video. And now I will play the first minute video of coronavirus video. Check it out.
Proteins called cytokines are the immune system's alarm system, recruiting immune cells to the infection site. Overproduction of cytokines can result in a cytokine storm, where there is large-scale inflammation in the body. Blood vessels become more permeable and fluid seeps out. This makes it difficult for blood and oxygen to reach the rest of the body, and can result in multi-organ failure. This has happened in the most severe cases of COVID-19. Although there are no specific treatments for coronaviruses, symptoms can be treated through supportive care. Also, vaccines are currently in development. So, what can you do to protect yourself from COVID-19? Advisories vary in different countries, but the basic protocol comes down to regular hand washing, avoiding close contact with anyone coughing or sneezing, avoiding unnecessary contact with animals, washing hands after contact with animals, thoroughly cooking meat and eggs prior to consumption, and covering your mouth and nose while coughing or sneezing. Respiratory viruses are typically transmitted via droplets in sneezes or coughs of those infected, so preventing their travel stops the spread of disease.
Coming soon. Should you wear a mask? And if so, what kind? Thanks for liking and subscribing. We love getting your comments.
Okay, that is the video, the fifth minute of coronavirus video. And now I will give a comment about phonological rules on that fifth minute video. Uh, the first is simulated C in cold. Next, there is insertion E between R and M in alarm. I think this is the only one insertion in this video. Alarm here, actually there is no E after after R and before M, but we cannot say alarm without E in the middle of R and M. So this is insertion. Okay, everyone, those are my comment about phonological rules of the coronavirus video from YouTube. So I hope this video will be useful for us. Thank you for your watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Remember when I told you no matter what